Welcome to Learning to Engineer. In this video, we will be seeing the Kirchhoff's current and voltage law with some small problems. Kirchhoff's law is used in almost all the electrical circuits to find the current and voltage across every part of a node. According to Kirchhoff's current law, the current that enters a node is same as the current that leaves a node. You can imagine a pipe flow similar to the diagram that you are seeing. In the point A, the current is entering and it is splitting into three parts B, C and D. The current that enters through A will be same as the sum of the currents B, C and D. Therefore, according to Kirchhoff's law, the current that enters is same as the current that leaves. For example, if you consider this circuit, we have 5 ampere entering this node and totally we have 3 parts of current that is leaving. Let us say this as IA, IB and IC. According to the Kirchhoff's current law, 5 will be IA plus IB plus IC. Say for example, in this network we have 2 incoming sources. 5 ampere is also incoming, 3 ampere is also incoming. This entire thing is one strip of a node. Because even though we can say there are 4 different points here, there is nothing connected in between them. The potential that is here will be the potential that is here. The same potential will be here. And the same potential will be here. So all of this can be combined into a single node. And similarly in this case also. Totally we have 2 nodes here. One is the node with the voltage V and the other one is the reference node. We are assuming that the reference node is at zero potential. In a circuit, current travels from higher potential to lower potential. Therefore, the voltage difference across an element will be the difference between the potential at the start minus the potential at the end. Therefore, we have to consider one node to be at zero potential so that we can say this node is at V potential with respect to this node. Say for example, in this network, we have this node as a ground node. This is considered as 0 volts. So this node is said to be at a potential of V volts with respect to the ground node. Therefore, it can be reduced in this manner. These are these two resistors. We have a current that is incoming of 5 ampere and another current 3 ampere. So we have two currents that is incoming. I am calling this as IA and this as IB. So the current IA and IB is being absorbed by the resistors. The total current incoming is 5 ampere plus 3 ampere, which is IA plus IB. This is Kirchhoff's current law. Using this method, we will solve some small problems to test our understanding. In this network, we have a 5 volt source that supplies power and we have 3 resistors here. All 3 are absorbing currents from this 5 volt. It is given that 4 ampere is being supplied to this node and 1 ampere and Ix are leaving this node. Therefore, according to KCL, 4 is 1 plus Ix. This implies that Ix will be 3 ampere. In a similar case, if we solve this, 5 plus 2 is 1 plus Ix. And like we saw, this is one strip of a node. Therefore, the incoming currents are 5 and 2 and the outgoing currents are Ia and Ix. So, therefore, this is the entering current and this is the leaving current. So Ix is 6 ampere in this case. Let us now say for example, we have an open loop. The 4 ohm resistor is not connected to anything at one of its ends. Therefore, no current flows through this loop because current is just the flow of electrons, as you may know. When the electrons are flowing from one end to the other, it needs a conductor through which it can be passed through. There is nothing to carry the electron from this point to this point. Therefore, there will be no current that is entering this element. Ix will be 0 in this case. This is an open loop. This is an open loop. Also, what is the voltage VA? We have said that the current is 0, but the voltage is not 0. The voltage will be the potential between these two ends. In other words, the potential that is here will be same as the potential that is here. Only then the potential difference will be 0 and hence Ix will be 0. In other words, we can also interpret this as Ix is equal to VA divided by 4. VA is nothing but the potential difference between this and this. VA is V1 minus V2 divided by 4 if the current is travelling in this direction, meaning from V1 to V2. Only then V1 is higher, V2 is lower. But in our case, it is in open circuit. The current is 0. When the current is 0, what does it mean? It means that V1 and V2 are same. Therefore, the potential that is here will be same as the potential that is here. Therefore, in an open loop, the current will be 0, but the voltage will not be 0. The voltage will be same at both the ends of an open loop. What if I say I am shorting this element? What will be the current through it? And hence what will be the voltage? Consider, for example, this circuit. It's the same circuit actually, but now what I'm doing is I'm short circuiting this 3 ohm. I'm placing a wire parallel to it. This is called as shorting. So now what happens to the current that is passing through 3 ohm? Think for a moment and answer. In this loop, if you consider the current when it travels through 1 ohm, at this point it divides into different branches. 2 ampere current is entering here. It has totally 1, 2, 3 ways to go. Either through this 3 ohm or through this or through the shorted path. Here actually the resistance offered in the other two areas is much larger compared to the wire placed here, because this is ideally considered as zero resistance, or let's say negligible resistance. The current always chooses the shortest path to travel. Therefore, at this point, all the 2 ampere of current will travel through the short back to the source. So, the current path will be like this. It will originate from the source, go to 1 ohm, then it will go into the short, then reach back to the source. This will be the part of the current. This current will never go beyond the shorted path. Have it in mind, the current will never go beyond the shorted path. It will always come into the short and then go back into the source, because current has a tendency to choose the shortest path. Here, the current through it will be 2 ampere, IY will be 2 ampere, and the voltage across the shorted ends, let me call this as V1 and V2. V1 and V2 will be 0 volt. There will not be any potential difference in a shorted path. Why? Only when you have a resistance, you need to apply force to the electrons to make it move. When there is no electrons, the current will move by itself. It doesn't need an additional force, or it doesn't need an additional voltage to travel. Therefore, in a shorted path, the voltage will always be 0. This is a short circuit, and this one is an open circuit. In an open circuit, the current will be 0 and the voltage between the ends will be same. In an open circuit, the current is 0 and the voltage between the ends is same. But when you consider a short circuit, the voltage will be 0 and the current will not be 0. It will be the current that is entering the node. In the link given in the description, there is a problem based on KCL. It's not a very tricky one if we are able to reduce the network. It is looking complicated, like it has so many nodes and all. Actually, it's easier to reduce the number of nodes there.